Moving on down, I have some carrots here. And back here on this trellis, I have some sugar baby watermelon. You want to saturate the ground really good here because watermelon needs lots of water to grow. So saturate it really, really good. Back here, I have some blackberries in these grow bags. I'm going to water this little plant here. In this pot here, I have a Rutgers tomato. And I also put a few lettuce seeds around the bottom to grow in this toad as well. Here I have string beans, and as you can see, there are string beans growing on this plant. Several string beans. Give that a good watering. Back here I have a flower. I'm going to water that. Back here I have my peppers. I have an orange blaze, a big Bertha. I have a California Wonder in the back. And here in the front, I have a Better Bell pepper. Here in the top planter on the wall, I have some bush green beans. Give that a good watering. And then the water from that drips down onto the Swiss chard at the bottom and the sweet mint. I do not water my rosemary, which is down in the corner there, as much as I water the rest of the garden because that does not require as much water. And you'll have better success with that if you don't let it get too moist. Okay. Moving on over to my herb garden side. I have my German thyme, my Italian oregano, my sweet basil, my spearmint, my peppermint, and I have a dinosaur kale here that suffered a lot of damage for one of the cabbage looper worms. In this pot here I have some sweet stevia and some lemon balm. Up here in the top, in my wall planter, I have some lemon thyme, some curled parsley, and some English thyme. Right here I have my strawberry kawa. Towards the back I have my flat Italian parsley, some dill, some more flat parsley, some chives growing here, some curled parsley, some garden sage. Down here, some Blue Lake bush beans. Let me zoom in so you can see. There's a bean there. Here I have some petite little finger carrots. Here I have some lemon balm. Back here is a mum. And all these little plants with the broken stems are mums from last year that I'm hoping will come back, just like the one here that I bought at the same time. So moving on, just watering the rest of the garden really, really good. My other herbs here up at the top. My red Russian kale, sweet basil here at the bottom, lemon balm, lemon thyme. And you guys, this is the celery that I'm going to harvest today. Look at the celery, because I'm going to make some celery salt, and I will do a video on that to show you how to do that as well, which I think is going to be pretty exciting. And I'm also going to be freezing the actual celery itself. The only thing that I will be making the celery salt with are the leaves. Over here, you guys, is my Morris collard greens. Let me back up a little bit. But I will be harvesting all those today. And these two planters are going to be empty. And I'm going to show you how to plant a few things in this empty, in the empty totes, as well as show you how to refresh the soil before doing so. Let me water this flower here really quickly. I see my little froggy has fallen over. So let's sit him back up here. Okay, along the wall here are the Blue Lake bush beans. Give that a good little watering. Same thing over here. More Blue Lake bush beans. In this pot here, I planted some flower seeds that I got from the dollar store. Down here, I have some more flowers that I planted from the dollar store. I have some sweet marjoram, some sweet mint, and some sage in that planter. These two empty pots, I'm going to grow something else in them today. Not quite sure yet what. But here's some KX kale. Here's some KX kale here as well. Here's another Rutgers tomato. And now we're going to walk this side of the garden. So I go from one side to the other and work my way down. Here in the back, I have my giant Marconi pepper. And I planted some lettuce seeds around the bottom of that, as you'll see there. Right here, I have my, look at this, you guys. Look how huge this green bell pepper has gotten since the last video. And right beside it, there's a little baby right there. On the last video, I showed this wonderful spinach that I'm growing. And this is called New Zealand spinach. I could not remember what it was on the last video, but this is New Zealand spinach, you guys. Look how pretty that spinach is. Okay, so moving right along. In this tote, there's more celery back here, which will be coming out today. And right here, there is a patio tomato. Give that a good watering. Moving over here, there's some lavender and some more sugar snap peas along the sides. These plants I planted after the ones on the other side, and they don't appear to have as much damage as the other plants. As you can see, there are still some pretty peas still growing on this. Moving right along, we have a shishito pepper in this tote, along with some beautiful yellow and orange marigolds, a lavender, and some more celery in the back, which I plan on leaving in this pot. I'm not going to take this up like the others. This one is still a little small and still needs to grow a little bit. Right here, I have 3 patio tomatoes growing. Let me zoom out. And each one I put a small little tomato cage on, just to give them some support. And wrap it around. And then there's also some sweet basil that I have growing down in the bottom. So you guys, that is the end of my tour of my garden, as well as the watering of the garden that I do in the mornings. It is a very relaxing thing to do first thing in the morning, to connect with nature, hear the birds chirping and singing, and also to come and see what you have growing. You guys, if you haven't started a garden yet or interested in starting a garden, I'll be posting more videos on how to start a small space garden